Since 1878, we've poured generations of brewing craft into each Genesee beer. Genesee has seen it all and adapted to the times without sacrificing our integrity. Through trusting our age-old techniques and our state-of-the-art brewery, we aim to brew the highest quality beers. That's because Genesee is after something special. Quality beer that brings people together to create new memories and to celebrate traditions. Genesee beers are best enjoyed with good family and good friends. Always drink responsibly.
Yeah, always drink responsibly. I mean, hey.
Absolutely.
Drink because of your responsibilities.
Yeah. Obviously, this episode is brought to you by Genesee. If you guys haven't checked them out, I'd recommend it. Go to GeneseeBeer.com, and you guys can go to the Finder, see if there's beer near you, pick it up, and then be like, hey, this shit's pretty good. You were right.
Probably Jenny Ice.
There was don't. I mean, Jenny Ice isn't bad. It can be bad for you, though. But either way, cool little story. I was at a bar a little bit ago, and there was a guy from Philadelphia, never had Genesee. So next thing you know, I bought the entire bar some Genesee. And it was cool seeing everybody drinking some full flavor Genesee. But this is we didn't even get the banner going. But either way, this is episode 62. Episode 62. Super excited. We're going to be doing the wrestlers. Thanks to everybody. 316 of you, or 15, or we'll call it 320 because it sounds better, that took the time to vote on which one between cereal, which had the lead most of it, but then wrestling came up, took the lead, followed closely by fast food and beer brand. Nobody apparently wants to do beer brand because they know Genesee is the best. But either way, fellas, how we doing? Best hair award goes to Toby tonight.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks, everybody. I appreciate that.
So, you guys doing all right? Hopefully.
Oh, yeah. I just got off a live. Of course, I've noticed that Brandon came in, and as was suspected, my lives have been getting more and more political lately. But yeah, that's all right.
It is what it is, right? I mean, when it says, your name for president 2024, I'm assuming it is going to get a little political for a while. And if you, are running for president, there's probably going to be some political stuff in your life. And we got a Canadian Grim wrestling, eh? Speaking of Canadian, I mean, this isn't probably Canadian. It's probably northern U.S. and Canada. This is friggin' hot, but check this out.
Oh, that's cool. I've got a couple of hats like that, and I absolutely love them.
This is my first and only trapper hat, and I'm super excited. Like, I want to go trap some shit.
Let's do it.
I don't know how to do it. I don't own any traps, but I want to go trap some shit. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. We're going to draft tonight. The four of us are going to draft 5 wrestlers, and it's going to be a good thing. And then on the picker wheel, last week and the week before, we did spin the AEW something. I have it written down, but either way, we're going to do that if we have some time towards the end, because it just seems like a pretty good time to have a wrestling episode. And I know I've been talking some shit to Toby, but Toby usually wins a lot of things. I threw a poll out there the other day that I actually got a win. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I threw up there, who would you most like to have a beer and a conversation with? I asked the YouTube community, and for some reason, 69% of people said Matt. Beard loss. Couldn't believe it. Toby did take second, and Euban was third, and Richie was last, which is a little bit, because, I would definitely want to sit down and have, obviously, Toby, but I feel like Richie would have some really...
I can tell you, Richie and I have many extended conversations, and he's an excellent conversationalist, very level-headed, has that understanding that everybody has the right to have a different opinion, and you can have an actual discussion over those opinions rather than arguments over the opinions. Yep. And still be friends at the end of the day. Like, he's actually a great person to have a conversation with.
Yeah, he's not only a good dude, but definitely, it'd be a good conversation. So, I let's get right into it. We're going to do the order, and then we'll start to kind of ring the bell and get this going. What happened, Toby? You okay?
Yeah, my lighting just suddenly decided to lose its mind.
I saw you were like, what?
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Let's do the thing. We're going to. Logan's in the house. We'll get him in the producer seat.
Nita, it's not who the best wrestler of all time is. We each are drafting our own wrestling draft class. Essentially, we're drafting our own wrestling stable at this point.
Do you have some wrestling research or knowledge, Logan?
For a potential
Okay, well, Logan still has
battle
some.
royale.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Battle Royale.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So it's going to be the group that we
Royal
have, obviously. And let me just do a quick little edit on this. Yeah, you got that? You'll be able to edit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, let's do the wheel of names. I threw Logan on here. Let's go full screen. And if you want that laptop, let me know. Oh, you probably don't want the mic stand right in your junk, do you? Let me switch this audio real quick so Logan's mic will be hot. Back. All right, so it should be good. All right, let's do the thing. Here we go. This is going to be for the number 1 pick, and we want to do the snake draft again, correct? That was fun. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
No oppositions here.
All right, here we go. First spin for the number 1 pick in the wrestling draft goes to. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yes.
Hey, I don't have to move anything.
I call bullshit. Those are both the same color.
I
Logan
didn't
and
create
Beard
the
Laws
wheel
don't
of
get to pick
names.
at the same
It's got to
time.
be a runoff in December.
All right, and for the second pick, I'm so glad I got one because there's only like 3 wrestlers I know, so I'm going to get one that I know.
So what Matt was talking shit all day. He's like, "Yeah, I have very limited wrestler knowledge." I was like,
But I'm good at talking shit. Number 2, are we gonna have it? Number 2 is
Oh,
Zach.
no whammies.
Number 2 is Zach. At least there's not gonna be Rolos with the number 1 pick. All right, this is for number 3. Number 3. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, it's looking Toby.
That's looking Toby.
It's
all
looking
day.
Toby. Toby in the 3 spot. That's a pretty good spot to be right in the middle. I think that's where you were last time.
I was number 3 spot last time, and I won the last draft. So
Toby likes to sit in the pocket.
All right, let's see who's going to bring up the rear. Is it going to be Brandon or Logan? This is for 4, and then the last one's bringing up the rear.
My job will be easy if it's Brandon. Nope.
Couldn't work that way.
all right,
All right,
Cranky,
Brandon
what's your
is now pick 5 and 6. He is 5 and 6. So the official order is myself, Zach, Toby, Logan, then Brandon, and this is going to be pretty good. If you're just joining, what we are going to do is we are going to draft our teams, the top, I guess, essential 25 wrestlers. We're going to have a group, and you guys are going to vote at the end to say who you think is going to win in the next Thursday. What we're going to be doing is a bracket style with the top 16 wrestlers that we draft right here tonight. Yes?
Unlike the last draft, instead of just dropping off the number, a certain number of people per people's teams, let us choose who we get to drop off of the number of people you say we need to drop from our roster.
Okay. Yeah, we can. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's all drop one.
So if I get a weaker one like Twizzlers, I could have left like blow pops on there versus instead of having Twizzlers on there.
Fair enough. I like it. All right. Brandon, Toby, Zach, Logan, are you ready?
Yeah.
Always ready.
Born ready.
Choose your prey.
Can you guys hear Logan on the mic real quick?
Can you guys hear me?
No.
Turn it on.
This is what happens when you're not here for mic check. Although I wasn't here for mic check, so I can't say anything either. I have no idea how
I'm just glad I'm here now.
There we go.
And you should be too.
You sound like Barry Manilow on Benzos.
All right. So are we ready?
Mandy.
Absolutely.
Okay.
This pencil is sticky.
Do you want a pen?
You're welcome. Because I don't want this sticky pencil.
You're welcome. That's usually my chair. I don't
It's
use
on
pencils
Matt's
though.
desk.
No, this is my desk over here. All right. So I put in a private chat, Zach, so you as requested.
Thank
My
you.
number one. My number 1 pick is just a guy that I think everybody knows. That I'm self-admittingly not a huge one, but come on, man, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Ooh.
Going with him number 1. He drinks beer. I like beer. He can do the stunner. And every time I hear glass break, I don't get sad and think I'm in a bad luck. I think Stone Cold Steve Austin.
It's a solid argument. It's a solid first pick. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, it's just I had to. And I'm going to now go find my Stone Cold shirt while you guys draft because I have a long ways to go until my next one. So, short and sweet for me. Zach's up on the number 2. Not the poop. Don't poop in here, please.
I'm not going to poop in here.
Okay.
Number 2 for me. This was an easy one. My wife is not surprised. I'm going with the People's Champion, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh.
All eras. Doesn't have to be, the original Rock back in like the early 90s. Doesn't have to be the Rock that we saw leave to go do the Scorpion King, which is a good movie. I don't care who says anything. All-time Rock. Anyone, any generation.
Okay. There again, here is we're going to keep track of this. So there it is. Each round, each person. Here we go. On the clock is Toby coming in.
No question. There's no question about it. Honestly, both of you, great picks. Epic matchups, even just between the two of them. Definitely helped define the Attitude Era. Both Stone Cold and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson brought a whole group of, a whole new electricity to that era. But not the right picks. The right pick should have been The Undertaker.
Oh,
Whoa.
The legend himself, the dead man. The Undertaker is my number one pick.
you can't. I mean, nobody's going to argue that. I feel like, but
What was it? 20 and 1 at WrestleMania. 21 and 1. I can't remember exactly, but come on, the man's a legend. He's been around forever. Everybody was sad to see him go. Still an icon.
And judging by first of all, great top 3 choices. Judging by how the Halloween candy draft went, I think our buddy Logan's going to probably choose Dink or Doink at this point.
Speaking of Logan,
Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
No.
Isn't that the Undertaker?
If we're going by the Halloween candy, I have a feeling Zach is going to be picking the Bushwhackers next.
I take Kit Kat.
at least though, in Zach's defense, which doesn't happen a lot for me, he was a diabetic, so it was pretty tough for him to choose candy. But he is a wrestler, not that he's like WWE or AEW or WF wrestler. But I feel like he wrestled.
No, to better qualify that, man, I grew up in a trailer. So
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
All right, Logan, you're on the clock. Who?
I'm torn between like two or three guys here for number 1, but the obvious choice for number 1 pick, although I'm lucky to get him at number 4, is Mr. Hulk Hogan. This guy transformed wrestling. He was the face of wrestling. The hair, the mullet, the bald, the mustache. Come on. Look, you can touch your nose all you want.
What did I say? What did I say during the live? Some loser that knows nothing about wrestling is going to choose fucking Hulk Hogan, the worst wrestler on the. You would do better choosing a jobber.
One of my nicknames for no other reason than Logan rhymes with Hogan was Hulk Logan in college. I'm going with Hulk Hogan. By the way, his daughter at one point when she was right about 21 was hot. I'm going with this.
Hey, substance abuse is real.
Substance abuse.
Oh, she wasn't. What?
Yes,
Listen, Toby, I agree
know
with you.
nobody else is putting their picks into the private chat
Thank
as
you,
was
Lillette.
requested. So
I know you're making fun of me.
Yeah.
Toby, I agree with you on your point. Don't disagree with you at all. I will say this. In choosing Hulk Hogan, I don't see something necessarily wrong with it other than to say it's like saying Led Zeppelin's your favorite band or the Beatles, right? Like
Fair.
he did there may not be the wrestling we know today if it weren't for what he did in the 80s and bringing up WWF and even the NWO and WCW in the 90s. Like there wouldn't have been the fight between the two if it weren't for Hulk Hogan and being that name. That said, yes, it's an easy choice and it's the obvious. Like
it is an easy choice, but quite frankly, he was the face of wrestling when we were watching it.
And he transformed to movies.
When we had those little rubber dolls and all that stuff as kids, Hulk Hogan was the man.
Hey, you had your chance to argue it. All right. It was a shitty opportunity that you took even a shittier fucking stab at. Let's let Brandon get his chance in now. We
got somebody from Mexico. This is an international show. Even more. We got
even
UK.
if it's from Mexico and New York, we'll take it.
Hell yeah. All right, Brandon, you're up for 2. You get 5 and 6 in the snake draft.
He was the tower of power, too sweet to be sour. Funky like a monkey, sky's the limit, and space is the place. Oh, yeah. Randy Savage, my man.
Yeah.
Hey.
Cannot go wrong with the Savage.
Yeah.
And you get the glorious Miss Elizabeth along with that choice. I mean, that's nice eye candy to have on the side there.
At number 6,
that's a solid round 1. So while you're doing that, I am going to put a poll in the chat just for fun. I'm going to say who won round 1.
I just saw your next pick, you son of a bitch. All right.
I don't think anybody lost round 1. That's the great thing.
Yeah.
That's how stacked the top of WWE wrestling really is going back. My argument for not argument, but my line for Randy Savage would just be this: was he the best wrestler, technically speaking? Probably not. But man, when you're talking about presentation, you're talking about personality, you're talking about building that. I can't remember the name of it, but what you do on the camera and on the spot,
your promo,
of course. But that he could sell it like nobody else, like nobody's business. And even like you watch some of the old ones that always make TikTok nowadays, and everybody's like, "Geez, man, that dude was good."
His promo work and his mic work. Yep, his promos and his mic work was amazing.
He's the only man that could actually turn Slim Jims alive and make them scared of something.
Yeah, I watched his Arsenio Hall interview one time, and that was pretty good. So number 6, here we go. The best there ever was, Ric Flair.
Hit me with one, Brandon.
I can't do it, and I'm not even going to try because my kid's sleeping upstairs first.
Woo!
Yeah,
better than I could.
Nature Boy.
Yeah. I mean, should he have called it 5-6 years ago? Yeah, and stayed away from what he's been doing. Yes, but man, again, promo work, top of the line in the 80s. He was good. He was up there with Hulk Hogan in my mind. But anyway, I love Ric Flair, and I think Ric Flair and Randy Savage are great, 2 great picks.
In a dynasty now too, isn't his daughter very competitive and big draw right now?
She's held the title like holy shit. I think she's in the double digits with the number of time that she's held the title now. And
Which
for
is
those
like
of you
7
that
feet tall.
are not active wrestling watchers, I myself am trying to get back into it again. Women's wrestling in WWE has really become almost more exciting and technical than watching the men.
Oh shit!
It's really taken a step up.
Hell yeah!
The handful of matches I've seen recently, there's this Japanese girl that is friggin' incredible. Like some of the stuff that she wears, like these crazy like tie-dye outfits.
Ioka or something like that.
My brain is thinking Tajiri, but it's not Tajiri, obviously. But
No, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, we're thinking that. Toby, prepare yourself. Logan is back on the clock.
Yep.
And I'm sure this next pick is.
So I wanted Ric Flair. He's a 16-time champion. It got taken away from me, and that's all fair in love and wrestling. I'm going to go with one of the craziest wrestlers ever, Kurt Angle.
Not a bad choice, man.
He was a pure wrestler.
well, yeah, he was an Olympian.
He was an Olympian, right? I mean, he's an Olympian. And, well,
Gold medal winner.
he was a gold medal winner. And, well, he's crazy. So,
God damn it.
well, he was.
So Toby approves of it. That means he's going to laugh at me on my next 2 because I don't know shit.
No, I don't need. So I'm reading a site from, I won't use the whole word, but it's, we sit on bleachers and then sometimes they do a report about it. And, when they wrote this, they're like, his quest for a championship. I'm like, that ended poorly. Kurt Angle was crazy. He was a good wrestler. He's great entertainment.
Mhm.
I'll end it at that.
All right. Toby is back on the clock with the number 8-ish.
I myself am also going to go back into the Attitude Era and before. Former tag team champion. Then later on, probably the most, I mean, next to The Rock, this guy was like stunned audiences no matter where he went. Always a top-notch performer. Also had the funniest performance of all time, making fun of none other than the shitty wrestler Hulk Hogan by overselling every single thing that he had to react to. Every bump he received from Hulk Hogan, oversold the shit out of it. One of the greatest and funniest matches of all time. None other than the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Nice.
Solid choice.
Good choice.
Solid choice. You can't
Forever in our hearts. I mean, like that guy was awesome. He was awesome.
Yep. What a capital A. As Dick Vitale would say. Wrong sport. I know.
Same season.
Same season.
Same season.
They both play at the Garden.
right, that means Zach is on the clock with the number in the 2 slot, which is actually the other slot. And I'm not doing math anymore, so because this Genesee full flavor is starting to kick in. It's delicious. Imperial Stout.
No matter what sport, no matter what arena, no matter what time, sibling rivalries have always really set an unprecedented level of intensity to any sport that they appear in.
You're not wrong.
So that's why, with my number 2 pick, I'm taking the one, the only, the original masked man himself, Kane.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Solid choice. It's a big powerhouse, man. It's a big power.
It's because you love the local band, Kane.
I grew up watching horror movies, and for some reason, there's only 2 things that I was afraid of growing up.
Don't even bring that movie up. I can't do eyes. Do not bring that movie up, please.
No. Not the movie Kane was in. I was afraid of 2 things, and that was the Monkeys and Wizard of Oz, because those are horrifying. And anytime Kane would show up on Raw, I was legitimately afraid. I don't know why. He was just a horrifying man to young Zach Sweeney. And I love him. He's just amazing.
I will say this. WWE did Kane dirty with his reveal, with his face reveal.
Yeah.
A man that's supposedly burned since he was a child horribly to the point where he has to wear this mask. He's got the long hair. And then what happens? He takes the mask off. The long hair comes with it. Face is perfectly fine. Like, what the fuck? Like, tragedy.
He's just
tragedy.
All right. That means I have to be up for 2. It's going to start to get ugly for me here, but it's okay.
Give it your best.
Oh, we're gonna give it a hell of a shot. So with my pick here, this is a solid choice. If you don't like it, then tell it right to this guy's face if he's alive still. Not 100% sure. Roddy Piper.
Fuck. Yep.
Gotta go with
my 3rd round pick was gonna be Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
Damn it. That guy was awesome.
He was awesome. I mean, I don't think anybody here can say anything bad about him. If you want to, that's fine. Don't know if he's alive, so you shouldn't talk shit about him.
I don't think he is.
Passed away.
Yeah, I thought so.
Did he?
A couple years ago,
still
right?
have the He-Man haircut when he passed away?
I believe he did.
It was a little more updated than the 80s.
Yes,
but
it was a little bit more updated, but it was still.
Imagine mine a little bit longer, but he did have like a little bit higher part.
Okay.
But he had started parting it from the side and had it pretty.
He had cauliflower head, is what you're saying.
Yeah. He didn't look bad. He did towards the end of his time, but
so did Jake the Snake, know what I mean?
Hey. All right. For my next pick, we're just gonna get right into this. Triple H.
Oh, that's a fucking good pick.
That's a good pick. That's a sleeper pick right there. Good job.
If it wasn't going to get through you guys in the next round.
I was going to say, I didn't even put him on my list because I figured he'd have been gone by now.
I don't think Triple H is a sleeper pick by any means.
No,
I mean, sleeper pick to get him as early as.
Yeah, I thought he was a round 2er. I had him in round 2 for me. Yeah, and I was super excited that I'm excited about this.
I mean, let's be honest. If somebody competent had that 4th spot, they probably would have taken Triple H.
Here's how crazy it is for me. Okay, the whole argument of wrestling's not real. It's real for me, damn it. Wrestling is we're not going to get into this conversation, but it's theater, right? It's theater for the dudes. But as a 14-year-old kid, Brandon hated the shit out of Triple H. I hated that fucking guy, and that's why I didn't pick him. Because I couldn't stand that. That's how real it is to me. Is I still can't stand him. But
I didn't like Triple H when he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Oh, that like uppity, like flat feather looking.
Yeah,
almost $1 million man.
Played the piano. Yeah, that shit was terrible.
Those were the days. All right. So okay, I survived, didn't get ridiculed. Feeling pretty confident. Things can go downhill pretty quickly. We are in round 3 now. You got the update? After you do your pick,
I'll put the update. I already put my pick on there. The first thing I ever stole as a human being was
allegedly.
I did. I'll admit it.
No, don't do that.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Rob, I stole this from you. It was a VHS from the local video store. It was a 1.5 hour long compilation of matches and interviews from the one, the only Mick Foley, Mankind.
Oh, another one of mine.
Boom. You guys, if you guys want to take Dude Love or Cactus Jack,
no, I would
I'll
say
accept it. That's why I
honestly,
didn't put Mick Foley.
I'm gonna petition for you to make a change to your pick.
To just make
Your-
it Mick Foley.
Your pick needs to be Mick Foley.
Yeah, I
because
agree.
All of his personas are involved in that.
I agree. Then he's off the board. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, and let's be honest, all of them are solid fucking choices. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't
we're off
matter.
to a good start.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're talking about Dude Love, Cactus Jack, or fucking Mankind. They're all solid.
I'm going to put in parentheses Mankind, though, because that's my favorite Mick Foley.
Okay.
I was told by my dad multiple times that I can't go to school with a tube sock on my hand.
Well, it's because it was crusty and it was weird.
Not at that point. It just had a magic marker on it, and I talked to it.
Okay. It's fair, hey, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Toby's back on the clock.
Oh, hold on. I forgot. Following my own advice here, even though nobody else on the show besides Brandon is. I had to type in my selection. So I love my technical wrestlers. I love my ring generals. I love the people that really like have that kind of attitude, which is why the Attitude Era meant so much to me. But once again, this even goes all the way back into the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I am choosing the master technician, fucking Bret Hart. You cannot deny Bret Hart.
Yep.
And the Montreal Screwjob, fucking, which even though Shawn Michaels, who's one of my other picks, said that he didn't know anything about it, he definitely did. And he still to this day feels bad about it. The Montreal Screwjob is probably one of the most tragic things that has ever happened to an individual wrestler that didn't die, as far as tragedy goes, in the ring.
That's solid.
That makes my job a little easier because I had 3 people I wanted to choose, and you've taken one of them, so that's good. This person was the best. I gotta get his name spelled right here.
We're skipping Logan.
Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead. Sorry.
It's okay. Nope. Hey, we almost
Put
had a
your
spoiler.
selection in the private chat.
That doesn't bother me. Whatever.
He's not going to take somebody.
Yeah,
So,
thank you, Brandon, for that. It's just auto-corrected me.
Logan is on the clock.
Andre the Giant. Dude's big.
Fuck, what is the deal with you and picking people that just can't wrestle? Who's your next guy? Ultimate Warrior?
Maybe.
Fuck, I know it's on his list. Don't act like it's not.
It's totally on my list.
It's going to be Goldberg.
Am I trying to win or am I trying to make money?
Everybody that seemed to be popular in the fucking WWF cartoon back in the day. I'm choosing them. Junkyard Dog.
Trying to win. Oh, hey. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you guys got this, but this shit ain't real.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
real to me, damn it.
I just
Toby,
explained that it's literally theater, just like any TV show you
theater.
watch.
So, are we going for championships or like if am I running? I've taken this like I'm running a show, and I want this to be now. Granted, some of the people I have picked and will pick have not garnered or gathered as much money as you. But like I'm going from the roots. I'm a roots guy. So when it comes to wrestling, because I don't know enough about it recently, Andre the Giant's a fucking beast. If Andre the Giant wrestled now, he would still do well with the crowds because, oh, by the way, he was the size of a snowplow.
And he could drink a lot of beer. That's why you
Could
like
drink a ton of beer, and he's my hero.
Okay.
I'm good.
There we go.
I'm looking up Montreal Screwjob because it's been a long time since I heard about it.
Is it my turn? Okay.
You're up for
Well,
2.
So first of all,
He didn't steal your pick, did he?
No, he didn't. Of course not. So yes, it's not real.
Of course not. I have an intelligence.
But
Smarter than that guy.
But the point is this is, as Toby's been pointing out, good wrestlers versus bad wrestlers in that, are you able to sell it in the ring? Are you able to take a hit? Are you able to take the move? Are you able to? That is what makes a good wrestler. It's not just, are they able to be big with fans? Or do they do good promos?
It's not just
their
their presence.
Right. You have to be a great wrestler, which Bret Hart was one of, if not top 2 or 3 best in-ring wrestlers of all time. So with my pick, I'm going to, like I was going to say, could play the heel, could play the hero, could do both roles very well. Unfortunately, is no longer with us. No, I'm sorry. I was going to say Chris Benoit, but I'm joking.
Hey, I tell you what,
He was.
I would
great,
not.
too.
I would not have shunned you for picking Chris Benoit. That is a solid fucking pick if you're talking about wrestler, not.
Oh yeah. No, I know. I'm just giving.
Let's be honest. Mental health fucking failed. Anyway.
Oh, of course. Eddie Guerrero. Latino heat.
Well, let me cross that shit off my list now.
Yeah.
He was
Jace has a comment that I have to bring to attention, so you guys can feel free to laugh or get him. Wrestling is puppet show for dudes. Take someone who can actually throw a punch. Chris Brown.
I feel like Jason is to up this fucking troll game.
So, pick number. What am I on? Is it?
Hey, Logan just got Jennifer's vote for Andre. I like Andre just because he could have tossed me around.
I think this is pick 4 for you.
You know, Jennifer, you should meet my dad. He'd also throw around like a dog.
Damn, like, bringing up some trauma.
Let's see. Where am I at here?
Man, Eddie Guerrero's been dead since 2005.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Oh, and his wife.
Okay.
Not here, but elsewhere.
Vicky Guerrero?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Not her voice is annoying as shit, and her face is but the rest of her
looks like a beat up fucking bag of.
He has one quality, and he likes
potatoes.
You know what? I enjoy some mashed potatoes. I like them a little lumpy, if you know what I mean.
We have some breaking news. Apparently, there's been this chat going back and forth in the actual YouTube chat. And producer Zac said Jace and him in the squared circle anytime, anywhere. And Jace, the producer, said, let's do it.
Let's go.
So we're going to find, I'm not exactly sure where Jace is located, but we're going to find some kind of ring in the middle, and we'll do a live stream.
Yeah, we will.
That'd be cool.
Let's go.
All right.
You can talk your shit behind the keyboard all you want, Jace. But guess what, brother? When this storm comes to town and blowing your fucking roof off.
Wow.
He actually lives in Florida in the track of the hurricane, so it's very well put. So
actually, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I hope you're staying safe, Jace. Love you, bud.
Yeah. All kidding aside, stay safe, and we're not going to probably come to where you are for a match, but if you can get on a flight, we have an international.
Maybe the hurricane will pick you up and throw you closer to me.
Hey, maybe we'll come to Florida.
Right.
All right. We're on to Brandon's second pick.
One of the greatest intros of all time, but also one of the greatest setup promos before he actually arrived to the WWE from another competitor of all time, right around the turn of the century. You guys know what I'm talking about. Y2J, Chris Jericho. And what he's been able to do with AEW now and just reinvent himself is just amazing. So I've always been a Chris Jericho fan. I think he's been great. He was a great heel also. So
okay.
Yeah. Chris Jericho is one of the wrestlers that he's like this guy that like I couldn't deny his wrestling capabilities and his ringmanship, but just fucking his personality it's nails on a chalkboard to me, but I can't deny that fucking decision either.
Yeah.
See, I think that's part of it. What was he? He was the first undisputed unified heavyweight champion, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
The big belt, Goldberg's belt is how I always remember it.
All right. Logan.
All right,
I'm super excited for this pick. Hey, just keep in mind though, you do get to toss one of your picks, or we have to figure that out because the top 16 advance. So we're gonna have to throw a pick or two out.
That's all right. It's all right. I'm sticking with my pick. I'm gonna go with someone who, at the time, especially at the time, was a hated villain, but so gosh darn big, and still to this day would only be sold as
wait a
villain,
minute.
the Iron Sheik.
No, I'm not on. I'm not. I shouldn't be on.
Well, you're not next.
Oh, okay.
Logan's
No,
up.
me.
Sorry.
I'm going with the Iron Sheik. Dude was huge. He was Hulk Hogan's like nemesis for a while, right? I obviously I'm
later
picking
on
the old
Sergeant
guys. I
Slaughter.
only really know the old guys. This dude was a monster. He was so important for building the brand, and he would still play the villain today, no doubt, because of the way that our society is and whatever. Don't want to get into that, but this dude had a shtick, and he was huge.
Yeah,
Iron Sheik.
Funny little tidbit of knowledge for you there, Logan. My mom worked with the Iron Sheik before he became a professional wrestler.
No shit.
No.
Yep.
No chic.
He used to work in a
Oh,
warehouse.
well done. No chic.
Yeah, he used
Really?
he used to work, in Minnesota, in a warehouse in Minnesota. My mom was like the accounts payable secretary for this warehouse, and she said he's just literally like one of the nicest guys, which I hear that about a lot of professional wrestlers.
And he's got one of the greatest Twitter pages too of all time. If you ever get
Really?
So, but he approached I guess my mom and him were actually pretty good, like coworkers,
Friends at the time.
friends. Yeah. And he told my mom that he was going to join professional wrestling. He's going to leave and become a professional wrestler. My mom kind of scoffed at it because she's like, that stuff that my husband and my son watch on TV every weekend. And he's like, yeah. And she goes, all right, well, good luck. And my dad and I were sitting there watching. This is how I found out. My dad and I were sitting there watching wrestling one day, and Iron Sheik is on there, and my mom goes, I know him. And we went, what? Like, it surprised my dad more than my mom, more than me, obviously, because my dad's like, how the fuck did I not know this? And she goes, yeah, he used to work at, whatever the name of the company was. With me, and he said he was going to do it. I didn't ever think he'd be anything. Is he any good? And my dad's like,
my kids still to this day play with my old, remember those big, like, well, they were about 6-inch tall, the rubber dolls, rubberish, but like Iron Sheik, like the dude was massive,
Big dude.
and if he's not being pitted against Hulk Hogan, and some of the others of the day, then. Like, he's a force to be reckoned with. He was always going to be the villain.
I'm going to call some people out in the chat right now because I just put a poll up and I said, who's winning round 4? And 60% of the votes are Toby. And fucking Toby hasn't picked a wrestler yet. How is he winning? Just wait for him and then let's vote on this shit.
I'm your tits.
And I got to vote. And I haven't even picked anybody
Nobody
yet.
likes you.
We're on round
That's not
4.
true. That's
So
everybody
if
likes you.
and you don't have to calm your tits at all. You can do whatever. It's 2022. You can do whatever you want with your tits. And apparently on Twitter, they're everywhere, is what a couple people in the office were telling me today. And but yeah, so let's just continue. It's all in good fun. But either way, Toby is up. And this is round 4. We're in round 4 right now. Toby's up. Then Zach, myself for 2. Zach, Toby, Logan, and then Brandon bringing up the rear for round 5. And then we'll put out a poll to see who wins.
Hold on. Good Lord. I keep forgetting to put this.
Grim wants you to start calling them action figures and not rubber dolls.
Grim, that is completely fair.
Logan, those rubber dolls is what you find in your mom's dresser.
What'd you say, Brandon?
So those rubber dolls are what you find in your mom's dresser.
So with my 4th pick, right? No, is that what I'm on? My 4th pick. With my 4th pick, I am going with the man that beat all the men. I am going with Mr. Meme himself, Mr. Watch Out, the legend killer, Randy Orton.
Oh,
yeah.
fair enough.
What's funny, Toby, is I loved Orton over, and people hate me for this, Cena.
Oh, absolutely. No,
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
No.
Nice. That's a solid pick. I'm pretty sure. Heard of them, so we're still good. I'm super impressed, though, not being a wrestler guy. I've heard of all of these guys. All of them. And
That's good.
I apparently don't know if they've still alive, but producer Zach, he's ready. You're up, right?
When I was a lad, I got to travel to the great city-state of Ottawa to
Hell of a capital.
to watch a back-to-back taping of SmackDown and Sunday Night Heat.
Ooh.
And we knew the card going into it, but this was at the time when NWO, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, those guys were coming over, causing all sorts of ruckus.
The motherfucking ruckus.
And the number one thing I take away from is how fucking stoked I was when NWO was in there causing all sorts of ruckus, spray painting NWO in the middle of the ring. Boo, we're taking over. Fuck you, Vince McMahon. And then Booker T came out and whipped all their asses.
Booker T
It was awesome.
badass.
Booker T, 4th pick. Write it up, Chumley.
That's fair.
Wait, you're writing it up. Did you call yourself Chumley?
Write it up, Chumley. Sounds good, Rick.
Nice. All right, here's round 4 so far. Apparently, we got 12 votes. Toby's still in the lead. Okay, Toby's still in the lead. He's got that vote in, and now it's up to me to completely fuck up round 4, probably.
And 5.
I feel like this isn't going to be a popular
And
pick.
5.
I feel like this isn't going to be a good one. But this guy from the internet votes and the way that the internet has said he's a pretty good wrestler. And I've heard of this guy, but we're going to go with Sting.
Ooh,
That's a good pick. What are you
Thing
talking
is
about?
a solid fucking
solid
pick,
pick, right?
Sting's good. Sting's
Solid
Sting's
pick.
good. I mean, you know, yes, he comes out and you're like, why is fucking Kiss here to perform
Yeah,
tonight
I
with
love
the face
Police.
paint? But hey, you didn't want to fuck. He would beat up.
He had that Ultimate Warrior face paint before the Ultimate Warrior even had it.
Why does he look like the lead singer of AFI? Whatever.
But yeah, Sting. Hopefully he had the opposite effect. Apparently for producer Zac, he wasn't scared of him. Zac was just completely hard every time he thought about him or saw him. Allegedly.
Hard like a baseball bat.
Hey, so let's throw this up there because I don't remember who's been picked. Okay, it's okay. You're all right. We're gonna go with this guy because he looks like a guy that is that already out there. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna do that. All right, my last pick and the 5th pick, and if it's not good, then apparently we can scratch it.
You dickhead.
John Cena.
Ah,
John Cena.
my next.
According to the internet, he's a 10-time WWE champion, and whether you like him or not, he is the name and face of the company at the time of the person that wrote this.
Too
from
bad we've
Bleacher
never
Report.
seen him. Actually, Toby's doing a great John Cena impersonation right now.
There we go. Either way, he
You know-
busted a gut to improve in the ring. He's still predictable. He's got explosive takeaway and the realism of his match. I don't know. He's pretty marketable. That's what I'm doing. I don't love the pick. I don't love it. But I feel like it's a solid 5 pick. And I wasn't who I was going to go with, but I did it. I panicked. I didn't want to take all day. So we're back to producer Zac on the clock.
Wait,
So
who did I miss? Who did I miss?
I went John Cena. I'm not happy about it, but that's what I went with. And
It's all
panic.
right. My last pick is going to be weaker in the eyes of the general public, is weaker than yours. So
Is the sleeper one coming?
So basically, you're
Oh, yeah.
picking like me.
So my last pick is going to be a heart pick. Brandon talked about the theatrics of the sport and just that sort of, just the theatrics of it. And in my opinion, in my memory, nobody stands out for their theatrics more. And this person edged out the original Gangrel, Edge, and Christian. I'm going with Goldust.
Ooh,
wow.
wow.
You know what? Dustin Rhodes is a hell of a technical wrestler as well. Like that man had
Fantastic wrestler. Entertained you from the minute you knew he was going to be on that show to the minute he left the camera. He's awesome.
Logan's got a
Awesome.
piece. He's
Creeped
gonna
me the
pull
fuck
no
out
pin
as
in
a
the-
kid, though. I'll tell you what.
Mm.
Creeped me
Yeah.
out, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he
Definitely,
was. Hey,
definitely creepy. Definitely had the creepy factor. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. All right.
So-
Toby, feel free to take a little time. Logan's out there peeing.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie to you.
okay,
I don't
good. He's
know.
not dead.
And if
I was
somebody
gonna
else,
be really fucking upset if he was dead.
yeah. If this last choice, like what I'm getting ready to say is, if I'm getting ready to mention somebody's name that was already on somebody's list, it's not going to be on Logan's. So I'm not worried about that. Plus, he's not in the room, so he's not going to get the hint. I was really torn between Cody Rhodes and another wrestler.
Can we back this up for a minute? Did you see that comment from Beard Gang?
Goldust went to your high school. That's awesome.
That's wild. No
But I
shit.
did not choose Cody Rhodes. I have chosen somebody that I feel is going to be the new upswing and potential future of professional wrestling that is going to get millions of people re-interested in it. A phenomenal athlete. And if you did not watch the last WWE pay-per-view, you definitely fucking missed out.
Okay.
Because Logan Paul, who's my final pick, is going to turn the wrestling world on its head.
Oh.
If you did not see it, please look up the match between, go watch the entire match, the video of Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. That man is going to be the new face of wrestling as we know it.
It was impressive.
Talent, absolute talent.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
And I think
it was
to
the
me
most
not
impressive third wrestling match showing of any wrestler I've ever seen in my life.
And I think he's got that that public thing where we've mentioned a couple of times with some people. I didn't pick him because I hate him. He has the perfect amount of people that hate him, and he's very marketable. And I, like you said, I didn't watch it, and I'm not a wrestling guy, but on paper and from what I know of this stuff, like he's probably going to be a fucking phenomenal marketable.
I am not going to lie to you. I cannot stand Logan Paul the person, but Logan Paul the wrestler is probably one of the most impressive people I've seen as a newly developed wrestler. He did not look like he was new to the sport whatsoever. The things I saw that man do in the ring on this last pay-per-view, I've even told Tam, who's, for anybody that doesn't know, Tam and her son are giant wrestling fans. I told her if there's a reason why I get back into wanting to see week-to-week wrestling is going to be because of Logan Paul. It's what he did. What he did was nothing short of phenomenal. And he's being trained specifically like one-on-one training with Shawn Michaels.
You're not going to believe this. I was waiting right to the end for our special guest. I'm going to bring him in. It's actually Logan Paul. I'm going to bring him in right now. I'm just kidding.
Dude, you're not wrong though. Those boys, like as annoying, and there's no other word
Must be
that
the
I can
name.
use on the air than annoying, and like they suck. Those boys are athletes.
As people in general, they're annoying, and
as people in general, they're not good. I firmly
possible.
believe they're not good people. But
Lillette doesn't get a say. She even specifically stated she doesn't watch wrestling. She's not interested in wrestling. She doesn't watch sports. Lillette.
No, she gets a say, and that's a vote. And as a guy that's running for president, you should win every vote. But you lost a vote, and I'm super excited because I might get one extra vote.
Lose a vote for
Hear
Logan
that,
Paul.
America?
When she's
presidential
wrong,
candidate Toby Flanderson doesn't like winning.
when she finds out that she's wrong, and that she should have gone with that vote, she needs to apologize to me publicly and directly.
it sucks because it pisses me off, but the Paul boys are really good athletes. They've proven that.
Yeah.
Now, maybe that took a lot of extra training to become as good as they are. Obviously, none of us could sit there and do that. But what they've done, as weird as it is, I have to give
I'm not
them.
gonna lie to you. Jake Paul is actually a legitimate. I want to see him box like actual legitimate boxers. I want to see him. But here's the thing: is legitimate boxers are the ones that keep backing out of their fights because they have the most to lose. Because if
You meant Jake Paul, right?
Dude, they're legitimate
That's
boxers
Jake.
are worried about them because these guys, they've realized like they don't give a shit.
Because Logan boxed Floyd Mayweather.
All right, let's reel it back because
All right,
we got 12 minutes.
I got my last one. I'm ready for this.
Ah.
There were a few that I want, but I'm going with this is a sleeper pick. A sleeper pick.
all of yours have been
For
sleeper
my
picks.
number
That's
5.
what
A
you
sleeper
say.
pick late in their draft.
Like I say, I'm in it for the money, okay, boys? I'm in it for the money. I'm their promoter. I'm picking my team. Trish Stratus.
I don't know who
gotta
that is.
fucking Google how to say that.
Trish Stratus. Look it up.
Well, you're
No, I know
Googling-
who it is. She
Yeah.
was
Oh,
the
no,
she was
who
the
Trish
breast to the
Stratus is.
lady Stacy Keibler.
Oh, I thought you said Chris.
No,
No.
Trish.
I was like, who the hell's Chris
Trish
Stratus?
Stratus. She's making my wrestling team some money.
Brandon was like, you know what? I can't deal with this shit.
Yeah, he's got the right.
I'm out.
Brandon Dip.
Logan's a dipshit. Whatever.
No, he was adjusting it, and I can't make mine do that because then the show will stop. And I
She's
don't
not
wanna-
even she's not even the best women wrestler.
Nope, she's not. Apparently, she's not on my list. She's not. But here's the deal.
I get to drop one. So
I'm talking about all these guys that have been surrounded by dudes their whole lives, and then they're gonna wrestle her. What are they gonna pick? Some of your guys might just accidentally lose just to, I'm just saying. I'm in it to make money. I'm picking Trish Stratus.
Stacy
Okay.
Keibler beats
She-
Trish every day.
Sold stuff.
Actually, Lita beats Trish Stratus.
That's
every
fine.
day.
Oh,
That's fine.
absolutely. Lita is a much better grab than Trish Stratus. And Lita brought in more people than Trish Stratus did.
what about China? She's
Yeah, China could probably
They-
hold her own against any of them, but
All right. Well, that's it.
That's my pick. That's my pick.
And Brandon's bringing up the rear
I'm
just so
making
everybody
money.
knows. I did ask in the last one, wait until the end to see who won round 5. There was 8 people that were like, I can't wait. I can't wait. Toby,
Can't
you're
wait.
still leading 50%.
Producer Zac won.
Brandon or Logan are at 0, which fair enough.
That's fine. Nobody likes
Brandon hasn't
me
gone
anyways.
yet. Well,
I don't give a
Brandon,
shit.
and there's only 4 spots you can do in a poll. So sorry, Brandon and Logan, you're sharing. I'm sorry that I brought you down to that level, Brandon.
That's all right.
But
He's
You're
like
up, my dude.
with that last choice. How dare you?
It's like it's like combining chicken nuggets.
We're looking at Brandon's choice to like bring the spirits back up for that.
Brandon, don't fuck this
We're
up.
having chicken
otherwise
nuggets
you're
for
down in the
dinner.
basement with me.
It's like we're having chicken nuggets for dinner, and Logan's like, "Yeah, with balsamic vinegar." What?
I like them cold.
So with mine, listen, the guy, he part of this is nostalgia. And when I was 13, he died, and it broke my heart because that's when I was like really into wrestling. And looking back, everybody's kind of realized he was not only just a great wrestler, but also probably should have had a world title run and kind of was pushed down a little bit beforehand and kind of didn't get the respect he deserved from the higher ups. But again, great wrestler in ring, Owen Hart.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And he's probably a little.
I mean, you're talking about the family of Stu Hart. Like they're all amazing technicians.
There's a lot of other wrestlers I could have chosen that have bigger names and stuff like that. That probably
Logan too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
he's got Sonny and Sable, but yeah, I would close out with those and Owen Hart. I think that's pretty solid right there.
That's
all right.
That's
So
good. That's good.
So here we go. This is the draft that we did. This is 25 picks. We're gonna try to cut it down to 16 only for a bracket, and it worked out timingly perfect last week. So guys in the chat, and if anybody or guys in the studio, we'll talk about this throughout the week or whatever. We have a week to decide. Anybody in there? Well, we're gonna cut it down to 16. We'll have to come up with a creative way to do that.
I say we cut it down to. Is there a way that we can still do it at 20? I don't think 20 would throw that much of a wrench into it.
Brackets with 20, then you get into some buys. We can make it happen. Either way, we'll figure that out. 16 is like the perfect 16. 32 is just money with bracket tournaments, but we can figure it out. So we'll try to get to at least a 20 round tournament potentially, and then we'll cut. We'll each vote to cut one of our own team. If not, we'll have to get creative and cut 9 somehow. But either way, these are the groups. We can do 4. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do elimination to eliminate one person. I don't know how we're going to do this in a poll with 4, but I'm going to come up with it on the fly somehow.
Toby gets a bye because he won last week.
Okay, there we go. That's
So
perfect.
I can't be eliminated this week because I won last week.
No, not in the first round. It's going to be a 2-part. It's going to be a 2-part poll. The first part is who is eliminated. So I'm going to put up the 4 people. You're going to vote who is going to be eliminated of the 4 people. The highest vote count is eliminated. Then we put Toby in with the other 3, and we vote the winner of who won the Beard Laws draft for week 2, which is going to be, obviously the wrestler one. So,
so this is how we fix it then. This is how we fix it and keep at 16. Because if one person is completely eliminated, everybody just eliminates one person off their list.
Oh, but there's some good wrestlers though that could go with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Tis what tis.
Well, we'll figure this out. Let's go here. So it's going to be Beard Laws, Zach. Caps lock is on. Brandon.
If their draft gets eliminated, that just means their team never made it to the playoffs, and their team is no longer allowed to compete in the playoffs.
I'm putting a poll up. Who had the worst draft? Vote. Who had the worst draft? Highest person that you vote out of these 4, they're done. We put Toby in their spot, and then we vote to see who wins and who has the best draft. And again, if you guys have any ideas how we continue to do this, let us know. Poll is live. Let me see a 20 team. While we're doing this, I'm just going to look at a 20 team bracket. Easy to do. We can do a 20 team. I just looked it up. We can definitely do that.
Yeah, your top 4.
Yeah. There's going to be a couple that are going to get it's fine. We'll figure that out. 20 team is definitely doable. We'll do this.
I'm sorry if your team gets eliminated from starting at the draft, your team didn't make the playoffs and your players don't play. That's how it works. What I'm saying is, regardless of whose team goes, if if Brandon's team goes, for instance, right? Solid team. I'm sorry, those 5 people are not in the final bracket.
Right, leave it up to the fans. The fans make the choice. Honestly, my team is probably weak when it comes to the younger audience. Let's be honest. Like,
Yeah, let's throw in
Here's the
while
reason
they're
why yours
voting.
isn't. But here's the reason why yours isn't. Because your team, minus maybe Trish Stratus, all of those names
they're
are
beasts.
known throughout generations.
They're
10-year-olds know who Hulk Hogan is. 10-year-olds know who Andre the Giant is. 10-year-olds know Kurt Angle. Maybe not as much the Iron Sheik unless their parents were really into wrestling.
Right.
And then Trish Stratus only if their dads masturbated every time WWF was on fucking Monday Night Raw.
I'm going. We have a bunch of females on our fans.
I see what you did.
Dude.
I saw what you did. I mean, it's
I got to
logical.
give some love. Oh, and by the way, she was very popular. Is very popular.
So there's 20 people that are watching this, and
She made an impact.
we're at 9 votes. We're gonna need a couple more votes to
Come on,
I mean,
people, get in there in the polls and vote. If we got
Get on
we
in
got
there and
26 total viewers,
Hopefully,
we can't get more than 9 votes. Here's the thing. I'm going to answer Robert Allen's comment. He said, "I'm surprised no one picked Rey Mysterio." I'm going to tell you why. Because Rey Mysterio was good for a very short period of time.
I've met
Honestly, a good lucha libre, a good high flyer is what is what the coin term is for those kind of guys. But against the majority of the people that are stacked up on this current draft, he doesn't compare. He doesn't compare in name alone, and he doesn't compare to the ones that are more technical wrestlers. I'm going to tell you right now, personally, I think Logan Paul in his last showing shows as a better wrestler than Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is very flashy with his lucha libre style, but
Paul's
overall
athletics
with
actually,
wrestling
they
itself,
stood out.
not very good.
All right, so the poll is stalled at 10 votes.
Wow, come on, everybody.
I mean, 10 people. Nobody voted for me, just to throw that out there. So Zach 20%, Brandon 10, and Logan 70. So I don't feel it's enough votes to straight up be like, hey, Logan, your entire team is done next week. So I think we
70% out.
70% was like,
Ryan,
see ya.
You're just doing everything you can to try to keep all the wrestlers in it right now. Like
20 and
on
25.
that.
Wait, there's collusion in the chat. Jace outed himself. He voted for me just because he doesn't like me. Don't blame my athletes because you don't like the coach, Jace.
All right, so let's go. I guess if you can get more than 10, who won in like Zach, Toby, anybody that has it open. We don't vote for ourselves, but if you want to, that's fine too. I know Toby doesn't care. Zach,
Toby, I got a question for you. Maybe you guys covered this earlier. Did you dye your hair or is those grays?
Who the fuck
It came out of a cloaca.
Come on,
dyes their hair gray?
It's called touch and
No,
try.
people do it.
People do it all the time.
Partially,
Is that your
like
natural
this?
hair.
Yeah.
Here's
Rogaine.
Logan to Toby question. Is that
I'm
your
all
hair?
natural, baby.
Because it looks freaking good, buddy.
I'm all natural. And the
Oh
funny
my
thing
God,
is,
my God, listen to the witch slap. That cackle.
here's the funny thing.
You were old.
If I were to take my hair and just move it straight down and then part it to the sides, literally one half would be silver, one half would be black.
Okay.
That's
okay.
And that's if I was wearing it like that, I would completely understand did you dye your hair like that? Because it's weird that it grows in like that.
Listen, from our side, it's looking good. Your
I'm
hair
super
is on point,
disappointed.
my friend.
I'm super disappointed in the crowd that's watching, the viewers right now, for not doing something as simple as just simply pressing a button on a poll. Like it's
Speaking of that, new poll is up, and let's vote. Who won? The draft is now open.
My wife never pressed.
Oh wait, hold on. No, I'm sorry. I nope. That one doesn't count. We're gonna have to redo that. I put Logan in there for some reason. My fault. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, who won the draft for real this time? Too many T's. It's like triple T this time. All right, here we go. So it's Beard Loss and Zach. the Z, not that. All right. And then Toby in Brandon. No wonder why the votes weren't going crazy. Toby wasn't in there. Here we go. Poll is live, starting meow. So here we go. We're let's hope for some more. Let's hope for at least 20 votes. That'd be cool. Toby's color is essence of stress.
Essence of stress. They're not wrong, man. Like
Toby's hair color is community guidelines violation gray.
Bro, when I first started TikTok, I just had like this. All I had was just like this small little wedge. It was like right here, and it was like this tiny little triangle. That was September 2018. Since then, all of this happened. I look like the difference between Barack. Like if you looked at me back then versus how I look now, it's the difference between Barack Obama when he went into the office and then again he went
huge difference in 4 years.
Hey Tyler, I just put the link to the YouTube in the chat. If you want to come over, if you have a YouTube, you can vote there. I don't have the ability to do a poll as far as I know that reaches out to Facebook and Twitch and Twitter and LinkedIn and everything.
Thanks,
just doing
Jace.
this right off the YouTube. So if you want to, we'll give you a minute.
Or LinkedIn.
So Jace actually came in and apologized to me for all the smack talk and whatnot that he was doing last week, and I told him, dude, no, it's all good, man. Like I'm all about it. Like we can give each other a hard time. Like I said, I mean, if you go over the line, for anybody, if you go over the line, I'm gonna look straight into the camera because that's all I can do and go, hey man, you don't fucking know me like that. Don't talk about me like that.
Hey Jay, shut your fucking mouth.
Hey,
this is what it's
all
about.
of us pick-
Banter that we look for. So
can all of us pick our favorites?
Yeah. How about that's a good idea? How about we pick a winner? You know what I mean? Who we think won while we will
Do we
finish this
decide
up.
that ours is or ours? I think if we believe ours is the best, we can.
Okay.
If not, I think we should all pick our winners as well.
Okay. All right. So let's go reverse order. Brandon, you go first. Who do you think won, in your opinion? And then we'll wrap this up and we'll get out of there.
I would say it's tough. I would say Toby had a strong one. I don't agree with Logan Paul at the end. I do agree that he probably could potentially be great, but if we're talking potential, that's not really where we're at here. I would go between. I can't vote for myself, so I would say Zach.
Okay. All right. All right, Logan.
Thank you, sir.
I'm looking at it, and as much as I like my team, if I go with two of the people that really changed WWE or WWF, whatever, I would go with Zach as well. I think Stone Cold and Triple H are two of the ones that I remember shortly after I stopped watching as a kid. And plus, then you got Roddy Piper, and then
that's me. That's not Zach.
Oh, sorry. That's my bad. Matt, then. The picture. All right.
Yeah,
so I gotta go with Matt.
I gotta
go with Matt. Sorry.
Okay.
Stone Cold, Triple H, and John Cena. That's like 3 quick 5-year generations or whatever I'm going with Matt.
I'll give you a chance, Brandon, before I do mine.
I briefly just want to say, if we're talking first 3 picks, I think Toby walks away with it.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
All right, Toby.
I go with Matt.
All right, I'm still going to defend Logan Paul against what Brandon said. Brandon, did you watch the last pay-per-view?
I've got it pulled up here. I'm going to watch it once we're done.
I really want you to watch it and just message me and let me know what you honestly think about Logan Paul's performance. I'm genuinely curious because I really I did not know that you knew this much about wrestling, honestly, and you seem to as usual, you come up with these amazing picks and the reasoning for them, and I don't disagree with any of your choices. I feel like Zach picked some really good sleepers, is what I would consider them. Mick Foley, probably one of the best sleepers that you could have picked. Like, he was on my list as technically a sleeper because I didn't think anybody else would respect what he's done in the industry. I just can't agree with Booker T. I just really can't. And Goldust, although he was really good, the person that, if I would say anybody was robbed throughout their career with a championship run, is Matt's pick of Roddy Piper. Never held the championship.
I didn't realize he never held the championship.
Which was bullshit.
Definitely should.
But he
never held the heavyweight championship. Definitely deserved it more than most people that did.
He was
during the
hidden
time.
behind Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, who came a little bit early, but like all the other guys that.
Yep.
Roddy
My favorite wrestler of all time.
He turned into a villain that could never win.
Yeah, my
was a
favorite
fun
wrestler of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Really like Triple H. The only downside to Matt's that I see is John Cena. But I'm not going to lie to you. I don't see a downside. I don't see a downside to Brandon's anywhere. I'm picking Brandon.
All right.
Ooh, all right.
Zach?
Yeah, I'm also going to pick Brandon. Just class acts all throughout.
He does have Ric Flair.
Yeah, all dudes that in the very specific window that I participated in the sport. Not participated.
Participated
No,
viewing.
in plenty of backyards and driveways, we definitely participated in a way. But yeah, no, Brandon's for sure. Randy Macho Man Savage, fantastic. Eddie Guerrero, love Eddie Guerrero. Chris Jericho, I remember the night that he won the title. It was awesome. Good picks, Brandon.
Yeah.
So does that mean that out of the four of us, Brandon won out of the four of us?
No, we have the vote in the
Right, we
YouTube,
have- we
which
have
was
the fan
12, 13 votes. It was funny because stuck at 12, it was tied. Toby did go up one at the end. If anybody cares about my vote, I was going to go Brandon as well. And again, I just don't like Logan Paul, and that's why there. But I haven't watched it, so it's unfair for me. But I honestly,
I beg anybody that dislikes Logan Paul to please look up the footage of him versus Roman Reigns, and just think of him as a wrestler, not the
It was pretty
person,
good.
and tell me what you think.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, like I said, and honestly, I think this draft was a lot better overall than the Candy draft, and that's what is pretty awesome. I think all of them, for the most part, even if we all went with the have to eliminate one route, you take all of our top fours. The top four is going to make an amazing bracket. We're going to figure out what we're going to do with 20 and whatever else we're going to do for the bracket. We'll let you know. We'll keep you updated in the YouTube community, Instagram, all that stuff, and we're going to be back here next week, next Thursday. And we're going to do the bracket, which you, the viewers, vote every single match. And you guys will ultimately decide who is going to be the best wrestler of all. And I'm excited for that one. That's going to be wild because we can sit here and say whatever, but at the end of the day, the polls are going to be up and it's only up to you to vote. So
This says a lot because we're not, some of us are not huge wrestling fans. And this is a good draft.
I thought it was good overall.
Overall, again, like I said, where I'll give Logan his strength is he went with well-known names and people that really did make a large difference in wrestling,
Which is more of what I knew
as a whole.
Yeah,
like Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, can't deny them. Kurt Angle, of course. I mean, if you look at my list, I'm definitely going with mostly technicians. So I can't deny Kurt Angle. Iron Sheik, again, Hulk Hogan, not to mention Nikolai Volkov, like the most hated yet loved, fucking one of the most hated and loved tag teams ever. Like he didn't, outside of fucking Trish Stratus, not a bad.
I'm looking to make money, bud.
By Logan
It's
at
my
all.
team.
All right.
It's my
So,
team.
all right, we're past the time. We're going to be back Tuesday for Triple T. Hopefully you guys will tune in.
So
If
who won the final poll?
You won 38, I think. 38%. Myself and Brandon were 30%, and Zach was 0%.
What'd I get? I got 0.
Well, you were eliminated, so you were on the first one.
Come on.
I want
Get a
the
single vote.
Can't make money
I
if
want
you're
people-
eliminated there, buddy.
I would like the commission to come in and make sure that producer Jace isn't standing outside of the ballot box menacing the fucking people coming to vote for me.
Hulk Hogan.
I mean, so
The worst wrestler you could have picked.
Like I
Next
said,
to
we had
Made
Stratus,
the most money.
Hulk Hogan.
we didn't
made
get the
the most
full
money.
We didn't get the full amount of votes. There was only 13
He's also
votes.
the biggest asshole in the industry. And
Most of the
fucking
money he
most
made
money.
was based
fucked
on
people on his way up to the top.
most of the money he made was based on that lawsuit he just got done too with.
Listen.
Hey,
Listen, I don't care how he makes it. I'm the manager of this team. I'm building the team to make money. Oh, by the way, this wrestling is what do we call it? Not
don't
real.
say it. Anyways, next
I'll hit you with a
Thursday.
steel chair. You tell me how
I just
real it
wanted
feels.
I wanted you to hit the dump on the broadcast. so
Hogan
bad,
is
just
terrible.
dump
He's
it.
just terrible.
Just dump it right in the middle.
All right. We'll be back Thursday with a bracket. We're
Love
going to
you
figure it
all.
out. We're going to talk about it backstage throughout the week. We're going to come up with what we're going to do. Hopefully you enjoy it because we didn't see any pointers from you guys. So it's up to us, which is even scarier. But
Jason isn't
Tuesday
even a subscriber.
we'll be back. Hey, it is what it is. The battle of the battle of the producers is going to happen at some point. Jay, stay safe. Everybody in Florida, watch out for that hurricane. I mean, you're in Florida. Just fucking hunker down or get out of there.
Jason, you need to survive just so I can end you.
There you go. There's no better way to end it than a YouTube copyright by playing this song because the CD baby is out there. So outro, bye.